Good morning, afternoon, and evening, guys. We are back with another random tier list. Here, diving into a random hero selected by the community. This one was picked by Law. Requested a couple weeks ago. He asked me to do Loki, so that's what we are doing, guys. We are tackling the and there's my on cue, my Discord going on. We are tackling here the Smite god Loki, who I am very. Every time I think of Loki, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but every time I think of Loki, I think of MCU Loki, um, right? So I think of Tom Hiddleston, and I'm watching through Loki right now. I know I'm late. I'm watching through the Loki miniseries right now, so I am especially in my brain thinking of Tom Hiddleston, and that Loki character right now. So a lot of these seem very weird to me, but I'm going to try to keep an open mind because obviously Loki is a character and a lore, with Viking and Norse mythology and stuff that's been around obviously a lot longer than Marvel has been. So I'm going to try to keep an open mind on this. We're going to rank these skins, talk about them on a scale of S through D tier, what we think about them, and yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see next, whether it's a Smite video, another video game video, or something completely different. Definitely let me know. Also, like the video and subscribe if you do like to see more videos like this. All of those things help me see what you guys are into in terms of what you want to see ranked, and also just shows general support for the channel. So make sure you head on down below for any of that stuff. Now, with my shilling out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. The standard Loki skin is S tier. I think this is the first time we've had a completely standard normal skin be an S tier skin right off the bat. I might be wrong about that. Somebody let me know. Because I think Merlin's was A, and I think that was the other highest one. So if you've seen these other videos, let me know. But yeah, standard Loki, I love it. I love how detailed it is. I love this, how his daggers are in the foreground. I love the detail on his eyes, the glowing green eyes, the helmet. He looks like a god, like a demon god, without looking too demonic, if that makes sense. I love it. Looks great. Next, we have the Agent of Darkness skin, which is one of his limited skins. Oh, also, this character is a Norse melee physical fighter, an assassin character. That makes sense. Uses daggers very clearly. We can see that here. Now, the Agent of Darkness, I think, is a good skin. It gives me definitely some World of Warcraft rogue class vibes. Definitely fits the assassin motif very, very well. Like the detail on his armor. Lots of little pockets to hide poisons, weapons, what have you. Not sure if the Trickster god needs any of that, but looks like he has it anyway. So A tier for the Agent of Darkness skin. Next, we have Dashing Deceiver. I'm going to put it into B tier. It's not bad. It's a good skin. I like the outfit. The purple hair seems like an odd choice. None of his other skins really have that hair color. I think it was just picked just to maybe contrast or actually complement, not really contrast, complement his cape perhaps, which is right there. Also a gold cape with a red or pink inlay. Yeah, I don't know. It's good, but it's not going to be higher than an E tier in my opinion. Next, we have Golden, which is very, very similar to his standard skin, as we often see with the Golden skins. But I don't think it looks as good. I think it looks very Power Ranger-esque, either a Power Ranger hero or villain. It's very bright and colorful with the gold and blue. So I actually think that drops all the way down to B tier. I actually would rather play as Dashing Deceiver than the Golden standard skin, even though the design itself is very similar to our S tier normal. So far, normal standard Loki is the best. We have Grim Mariachi next. Mariachi, I'm going to go ahead and put into A tier. In fact, I think it is definitely higher than the Agent of Darkness. I'm going to leave it in A tier, though. I don't know how they could have made this skin better. It does look very, very good. It's just not quite S tier, in my opinion. Headless Horseman, I do feel similarly about. I do think this is an A tier option. I'm going to put it right underneath Grim Mariachi because I do really like the Mariachi face paint and hat. Headless Horseman, great motif to use. Not sure if this was released for Halloween or what. But yeah, it looks good. Not much else to say. It's an A tier skin. Next, I'm going to go a little bit out of order. because we do have two skins that are almost identical. We have the HRX exclusive skin, and then down further, we have the Loki Rivals exclusive skin. And I believe both of these are promotional skins made for different things going on. I'm not exactly sure what HRX is. Actually, let's Google it. HRX skin Smite. Oh yeah. Watch HRX at DreamHack Atlanta. Yeah. So yeah, it's a promotional skin. So I'm not a huge fan of them doing the promotional skins being the exact same thing. Though the Loki Rivals one is zoomed out a little bit more. It's in a slightly different position. I think I do like the Loki Rivals one a little higher. I'm not sure which one came first. But I'm going to go ahead and put the HRX. You know what? They're both pretty C tier. They're both pretty simple skins. Nothing really to write home about. Not bad, though, like some of the other ones have been, where it's literally just the character and then like a logo on the shield. This at least makes sense because it's a t-shirt, so having the logo on the t-shirt isn't, horrible. The next skin we have is Hyperspace right here, which reminds me more of Thor. Obviously, like, again, Norse mythology is much bigger than the MCU, but this reminds me of Thor from Thor Ragnarok more than it does Loki. I'm going to put it in B tier. I do like the one glowing eye. The outfit looks detailed. Nice sword, which is different from his other swords and his other skins. But yeah, just going to be B tier for me. Infiltrator is our next skin, and it is also the same as White Death. Infiltrator is a normal skin that he came with, I believe, to begin with. And then White Death is an exclusive skin, I'm assuming added later. And for these two skins that look almost identical, obviously White Death is a recolor. I think actually White Death is the better looking one, and I am going to put it all the way up into S tier. Infiltrator, I'm going to put it down into A tier right underneath Mariachi. So the difference there in rankings just comes from the coloration, really. It's a cool skin, nice futuristic. I love the swords with the almost like lightsaber edge of the blade and whatnot. I just think the white and black looks a lot better than the dark gray and silver, I guess. I don't know. They switch the colors around, and I think the White Death looks really, really good. So that's up in S tier. Next, we have two more skins. Again, recolors. We have Jokey and Last Laugh. Jokey is a normal skin, and Last Laugh is a limited one. I think Jokey is not bad, but I'm not a big fan of that smile. That smile gives me the creeps. I think that's probably the point, but because it is just giving me the heebie-jeebies here, we are going to put that down in C tier. Last Laugh, I'm going to put a little bit higher here into B tier. In my opinion, it is definitely better than Hyperspace, but I'm not going to go ahead and put it much higher. Our next skin to come up with here is Loki Charms, which is just a hilarious pun here that's going to get it all the way to B tier, just based off the pun. Now, when you zoom in on this skin, his face looks very, very creepy, but from a distance, his skin looks really good, and it makes sense that a character like this would use daggers, like leprechauns, stabbing you and stuff. So I actually think this is an A tier skin. Probably going to keep it here at the bottom of A tier, but yes, good skin. Good take on a holiday skin. Next, we have something I didn't know existed. We have 3 Ninja Turtle skins, which are all very, very nice. Now, I did look up some gameplay of this just to see the difference. Retro is my favorite, and I think Retro is probably S tier. I love the coloring on it. Very unique. Raphael is my second favorite, and Radical Raphael is going to be my least favorite, which is kind of... I don't know if that's the order you would have assumed. I like the additional detail and the additional 3D shading on regular Raphael. I think this skin is definitely a top of A tier, right underneath the Retro Raphael. And then the Radical Raphael, I'm going to get these names mixed up. The Radical Raphael, I'd probably put down here into B tier. And the difference in that ranking just comes from the coloration. If you had both of them available, I would just rather use those other ones over Radical Raphael. I know there's not that much of a difference. I do like that crossover, though. It's not one that I would have immediately considered, but it is very good. Next, we have 2 more normal Loki skins. We have Slither. because there's 3 S's on that. And Stealth Slayer. Stealth Slayer. There's a lot of S's in that one, too. Slither here, I think, is actually an S tier skin as well. In fact, I like this one more than the regular skin. So another normal skin getting into the S tier. Loki really beating out the competition here with how that normally goes. Stealth Slayer. Jesus, that's going to sound so bad when I listen to it. It's good. I like the purple. I wish I could see more of the sword. Obviously, if I played the game, I would be. But you guys know me. If you've been watching my videos, you know I don't actually play most of the things that I rank. And I am nothing if not I'm nothing without telling the truth about the fact that I don't know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, there you have it. I think this one is probably going to be right here, middle of A tier. Over Headless Horseman, but right underneath Infiltrator. Still think that one looks really cool. And then that means our last skin coming up here is the Trickster, which is my favorite Loki skin. Going to be all the way up in S tier. I love his position. I love the eyes. I love the fur on his cloak. Just adds to that Norse mythology, which is obviously where he comes from. And yeah, with all of this, we don't end up with any in D tier. In my opinion, there are no Loki skins that are D tier. Maybe if you want to put HRX there, I wouldn't blame you. So I guess we can leave HRX there because Loki Rivals, due to the changes in coloring and stuff, is definitely a tier up. So if we're being nitpicky, I guess we'll go with that. But other than that, guys, that is the tier list. Let me know in the comment section what you think. All that good stuff I plugged earlier. Go ahead and do that. And tomorrow, there'll be another tier list up as always. With that, this has been the guy who makes random tier lists, signing out.